Poverty to financial abundance, is it possible? John Butcher says yes. From meal tickets at school to a millionaire at 27, Butcher created over 20 companies in his pursuit of crafting out an extraordinary life. To top it off, in 2013, Chicago Mag reported the family business as a multi-billion-dollar company. Welcome to week 5 of my LifeBook online experience. I've been waiting with glee for these two as they've been pivotal points of my exploration the past year. After all, a career is how we survive in today's world. Will the LifeBook method offer the radical insight I've been searching for? You're about to find out. But firstly, a disclaimer. The content of this video is general in nature and does not constitute personal financial advice. Are you ready? Financial life. John opens with money, what it is, what it enables, and why money is not the root of all evil. It's quite a sizable intro at roughly 20 minutes, and I found it to focus on the practical elements of living today with money, rather than a discussion piece of whether money itself is a scam or not. I'm a supporter of this approach because, whilst today's concept of money may or may not apply in the future, whatever replaces it will still be a vessel for storing value. Therefore, I found much wisdom in the following comment. Money represents the best things that people have to offer. I thought this was a really positive and creative way to frame money, and most importantly, it leads to a proactive attitude. Really profound, I thought. We then hear more about John's journey from poverty-like conditions in youth to trying to make it on his own and even being homeless at one point. Just like his previous share about mentally breaking down, John is really able to convey the depths of his struggle in such a relatable way. These snippets don't come often, but they're immensely enjoyable when they do. Overall, I found the discussion of wealth management to be fair, especially when you factor in the depth that he could go to without potential for legal consequence. There were references to all extremes, from wealth through contribution to wealth through stealing from or cheating others. A distinguishment was made that the financial category is more about managing wealth, compared to the more common thought to make more money, which John reserves for the next section, career. I think this serves as a subtle, yet positive and proactive mindset approach, tying wealth to an effect and value creation being the cause. For me, this was the aha moment. Lastly, for those wondering if it was covered how to create more wealth, well, sort of. It essentially boiled down to invest through a financial plan. And that makes sense. That's the limit of the legal advice you can offer. And what about career? This section was interesting. Firstly, it opens with a really valid point that flips a common limiting belief about career options, and that is, be grateful for this world we live in. It has unprecedented options and choice. Secondly, I thought this was the first video that John shared very limited content about his beliefs and strategies. Perhaps though it's because the wisdom and philosophy is that simple. You level up your career by creating more value, and your career is relevant because it helps expand your other categories such as spirit, intellectual, and emotion. Again, I found the mindset frame of creating more value to be a real game changer, especially when compared to the more common me mindset of I deserve more. As usual, John is always thorough in conveying his depth of knowledge on a topic. Here he touches upon the less considered career paths such as stay-at-home parenting, amongst others. And I also found the coaching snippet about utilizing wealth to enhance the lives of the less fortunate to be quite refreshing. Having said that, I also find it peculiar that on the John and Missy website there's this quote that ties in career with mission. Yet, this type of focus was not broached or even suggested as rolling into the next section about life vision. And now my final remarks. The majority of us spend about a third of our day sleeping, a third obsessed with our career, and the remaining third stressed about finance. So it really should be a shock to no one that career and finance are the big two that everyone's been waiting for. Yet, I did find these to be the most generic videos to date. When I thought about it a bit more though, it actually made sense. Everyone's situation is unique, and the thing is, no one wants to admit this, but sometimes it just relies on, or just boils down to being in the right place at the right time. And who wants to pay for that advice? Having said that though, I did find this week's take-home message to be really powerful, maybe the most powerful to date, and that is, focus on your contributions. Use the byproduct of wealth in your career to enhance your other categories and let the rest unfold as it does. Thanks for listening to my thoughts on week 5, and I look forward to seeing you again next week for the final installment. Till next time, bye.